Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Welcome on into the swamp, folks. It's the evening we've been waiting for.
We have been waiting for this for a while, and we hope you have too.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Sherman Showcase.
The Sherman Showcase. If you are not in the building, you are on the minority, but we appreciate you watching.
And we have this live so that you can be experiencing it with us. And we're going to take you in and show you some of the projects live themselves.
From anywhere,
Yeah, right.
Grandma
Anywhere.
and Grandpa.
Send it out to Grandma and Grandpa.
Absolutely. We're talking to you.
My Grandma and Grandpa, they don't know how to click the link.
You might need to help them out a little
That's
bit.
right.
Yeah. Hey, so we are looking at, what's our theme?
STEM of the future.
And we also have some pretty fun little camera angles we're playing with here. So if you get a little dizzy, we apologize for that.
Mr. Keefe is having fun with the camera angles
That
too.
is true.
So I don't know if that was my good side or not.
Yeah, it was.
Thank you.
was
I
a
appreciate it. I know. I was just affirming it.
Yeah,
Look at the gym.
We are jumping to the gym. Check that out, folks. Our fifth graders are doing a bit of a market research on products that they created for STEM of the future. So they were able to design different things.
Yeah, they kind of meshed two really great concepts of one, developing a product for the future, and then they had to now market it to some potential buyers. And so
cool.
that's a really cool concept.
Absolutely.
You also know that we've kind of got all grades around the building doing different things, and I'm excited to take you around and show you a few of these things.
Absolutely. I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it.
So in order to do that, we have a brief video to kind of kick it off and give you an introduction, and allow Mr. Channer and myself to get down the hall and find some people to visit with. So we'll be back in a few. Enjoy this video.
It goes that fast. Wait.
Hey, how are you gonna problem solve this stuff?
There we go. Right, we just bam. It just ran over a rock. Let's go to Mars. We need food, water, power, oxygen, and shelter.
Here we go.
Essential items to survive. An extended flight building, a second home in space.
All right, Gators. Well, that was an awesome video. I am so excited to see what is going on out there around the school. I am Mr. Keefe. I am the instructional coach here at Sherman, and I'm filling in behind the desk because Mr. Stoffer and Mr. Channer are out in the building doing some interviews. And I believe we're going to go down to 4th grade with Mr. Stoffer right now. And we're trying something out here. It's kind of what we do for our behavior assemblies, academic assemblies, which we do have one tomorrow. It's our last one of the year, tomorrow at 10:30. So tune into that. But Mr. Stoffer, I see that you have a 4th grader with you, and looks like she's a Grogu or Baby Yoda fan.
Herself and tell you a little bit about her project. Again, this is a 4th grader. This is Rosemary. I'm going to do it for you, okay? All right, we're going to start there. So, Rosemary, tell me about your project.
This is Neptune. Neptune actually rains diamonds and is 370 minus 300 minus 373 degrees.
Holy cow, that's cold.
Yeah.
Now, show me what you have on your iPad. You can kind of point it up there to the camera and just show what you have and let us see what it does.
Kind of just said about, so like it's just 373 degrees, and I told about like what like the name and my name and the animal.
And so what you did is you had to create an animal that could live on Neptune, right? What was the name of is that the Neptune right there? What's the name of your animal?
I didn't name it. I didn't get to have it.
His name is Joe, right?
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah, that works. Well, very good. And this is yours right here? Yeah. All right, and this is your little guy right on top, correct? That is fantastic. Did you have a good time designing this and working on your apps and also your paper mache?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
What was your favorite part?
Doing the paper mache in 3D.
in the 3D. She had to actually take and design that little animal, and they printed it in our 3D printers. Pretty cool. She had to do it all herself. Well, thank you, Rosemary, for doing that for us. You're awesome. Mr. Keefe, I'll turn it back over to you.
All right, that is some awesome work going on there in 4th grade. I know my son's in 4th grade, and he got to 3D print his dugong. I can never pronounce it right. So, Mr. Stoffer, if you get over to him, I know he's in the building. He can pronounce it for us. But up next, we're actually, and you can see that I have my walkie-talkie up here right now so they can hear me, and that's something that we're working on. But up next, I'm going to go to Mr. Channer, who is in the hallway, I believe. And Mr. Channer, do you have a student ready for us?
Are we good to go?
You are good to go. You're live.
Cats and animals, and we're learning our one that we're focused on right now, and our door is the ocean. The ocean has a couple twilight zones.
Awesome.
And
What was your animal?
a caribou.
The caribou.
And it's an endangered animal.
Is it an endangered animal?
Yep.
Oh,
And one fact about it, a caribou is a type of reindeer.
that is
And then the second reason is biggest animal species.
awesome. Hey, what app did you use to show all that off to your folks?
Clips.
Very cool. And then you drew some stuff down here and wrote a
Yep.
story?
Yep.
Nice job, buddy. Give me one of those. So, guys, we just wanted to take a minute and just talk a little bit about that. As we were talking a little bit before, the ability to have the kids engage in learning through like a fairly novel thing like clips is pretty cool, right? What kind of things do you see?
I see a lot of cool information about it. Like, I did not know that caribous were endangered till now.
Yeah, right?
And technology and schools combined together,
Right.
man,
Yeah.
with their imagination, they could create some great things in life.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, and I think the part that we didn't see there too is Jasper even went on and he made some like habitat within what was that, Minecraft, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, they can take like all of these different things and put it all together and make one little presentation. And a lot of that too is about just the engagement too, right? Like I get to choose how I want to do it. Minecraft is the way I'm going to do it. Sweet. That's awesome. So. Well, thanks for taking the time. We appreciate it. And then you can get onto the Kinder one if you haven't been there yet.
Fun
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. You did good, baby.
Good job, Jasper.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Channer, on that. Now, we're working on the audio and all that stuff. Now, I wanted to show you really quick. You probably can't see it very well, but this is the screen that I'm looking at with all 6 cameras around the building. So if I go into the gym, we can kind of see, there we go. Right there in the middle, you can see Mr. Stoffer walking across the gym with the camera as he's looking for somebody to interview. And it's kind of fun to see him on the camera, and I can actually switch to his camera so we can see live from his point of view. I noticed that Jasper and his family there were talking about how technology is able to kind of enhance things, and it is true. The technology that we have here at Sherman is awesome, and it's one of those products of the supplemental levy that everybody supported by voting yes for that. So again, I want to thank all of you out there. If you are watching right now, we're going to go live. We're down in 4th grade. Here's what it looks like in 4th grade. There is actually my son walking into the classroom right now. Who knows what he's doing. And it's a fun thing going on. We're still waiting on Mr. Stoffer to get set up. And I believe we have a guest here in the swamp with me now. Mr. Channer must have got lost. So he ended up back in the swamp. So Mr. Channer, what's going on?
Hey, I was just checking in to make sure we got some of that video and we could hear the folks okay. I wasn't able to hear, so we just jumped right in. Hopefully it came across great.
Yeah, no, you were good. It's one of those things with the radios, they're kind of working, not working. I mean, it is what it is, but here at Sherman, we kind of just go with it.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it was pretty cool to see, just the willingness of Jasper's folks to jump in and kind of give us their take on the novelty that is his learning, and how he was able to produce, his learning in a way that was relative to him, right? Through clips and Minecraft and all those things. And it was pretty cool to see. Yeah,
it's cool. And one of those things that I get asked frequently when I'm talking to my friends across the country on Twitter or on just podcasts, it seems like they don't believe me that our younger kids are doing these things.
Yeah.
And I'm telling them, like, no, seriously, guys, like, they're doing this. And I know for a fact that down in Miss Lasnik's room where Jasper is, that he's doing the work himself. It's not us just saying, here, do this, and then we'll put your name on it.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, a lot of times we're the ones that limit, the kiddos. They're digital natives, right? The words that we tend to say.
Oh yeah.
Especially with the iPads. The interface technology is one that they're willing to jump right in and create, and we just need to kind of be able to be brave enough to get out of the way and let them create.
Yeah, and that is the thing. We got to get out of our own ways. And speaking of getting out of our ways here, we have Mr. Soffer still looking for somebody to interview. But this is kind of what I see on my end as you guys are moving around the building.
Yeah, be careful. Don't fall over there.
Yeah, don't fall over.
Found a spot.
And we're going to see here, Mr. Stoffer, do you have somebody to interview? Let's see.
I'm in fifth. Are we good?
Yeah, we are good. We are ready for you. Looks like you have Nathan there from 5th grade.
What do you tell me about your project?
What my project is it's a multi-holder. It's a multiple cup that can hold your objects, and it's powered by this battery, which is on cooldown right now.
Gotcha.
And if you flip that switch, I can actually show you real quick.
Okay.
So if you put this in, you could flip the switch and it rotates. And that's mostly it. And you could just fit light objects in there while you're just playing games, doing anything.
That is awesome. Thank you, Nathan, for showing us your multi-holder. That is well done. Thank you, Nathan. Mr. Keith, back to you.
All right. We are now trying to get out to SLC. We might have to switch to a cell phone when we get out there. If that's the case, Mr. Chandler, hold on 1 second while we get going. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cycle through some of the cameras with no audio. I wish I did have the capability to have some nice elevator music for you, but I'm just going to kind of cycle through so I can get Mr. Chandler set up on a cell phone so that we can go out to SLC, who are making some water bottle rockets. It's actually some really, really cool stuff. So I'm going to switch over to that, and we will be back here in a couple of minutes. All right, we are just kind of looping through here. We're getting down to different spots across the building. I want to thank you all for tuning in right now with us. If you are watching live, would love to hear or see where you're watching from. We've had people in the past from Maine, Maryland, down in Mexico, up in Canada, even in Toronto. Just kind of curious where you might be watching from. Drop that in the chat, and who knows? Maybe if you drop it in the chat, we'll have a nice STEM prize for you, and we'll send it home with a student if you are here. If you have a student here, I should say. And if not, we can figure something out, or we can nominate it to another student if you so choose. And we do have cameras, like I keep saying, across the building. Right here is our entryway, looking at families coming in and out. Mr. Channer is set up down, and he's going outside to SLC. This camera here, we are looking down the first and second grade hallway. I know they're doing some awesome things. This camera is actually set up on top of one of the TV screens that we have down there. I'm trying to find something. And there's the radio again. Over in fourth grade, they kind of got the space theme going on, because it's out of this world, or STEM of the future, or whatever we say it is. And looks like Mr. Stoffer is going to be interviewing Lucian, who's the brother of Jasper. And I'm just going to see if he is ready to go. I'm just going to keep cycling through here really quick. I'll be right back. All right. I just got word on the radio that Mr. Stoffer is ready. He is down in kindergarten, and I'm going to make sure that his mic is on right away. Mr. Stoffer, we are ready for you down in kindergarten. Your mic is turned on. Your camera looks good. So, Mr. Stoffer, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Keith. I am here in kindergarten, and I'm with my friend Hazel, who's showing us her project. What I found really cool about this project is not only did they build something, I think they wrote a story, and I think she might be able to read it for us. But Hazel, what is this right here? Can you tell me what's going on right here? What is that? What's this?
Blizzard.
It's a blizzard? What can you tell me about a blizzard? Do you want to read it?
Blizzards are dangerous. A blizzard
Let's go.
Blizzards can make the road slippery.
Wow, and you have a nice picture up here of a blizzard too, don't you? So our kindergartners took the opportunity to build a blizzard, write about it, and look at this. We have readers in kindergarten. That is so cool. Congratulations, Hazel. You did awesome. All right, Mr. Keefe, I'll send it back to you.
All right, that is some awesome reading going on down there. And I know in kindergarten they're doing some really cool stuff with building some houses and building some other structures, I should say, to withstand natural disasters and some other weather type events, I guess I would say, to make sure that their house could withstand it. So it's kind of some next level kindergarten stuff. And, kudos to our kindergarten team for coming up with that idea. It's way cool. I personally don't remember doing any of that stuff in kindergarten. So I wish my kindergarten was as cool as that. And that was Mr. Channer ready to go. So I'm going to switch over to our live cam really quick so I can respond to him, and I will be right back. Channer, can you use the Lincoln team so that you can get into StreamYard? And Stauffer, do you want to head down to 3rd grade? And apologies, apparently the mic was still on for all of that. See, this is the funness of doing a live stream, plus coordinating really 7 different cameras at a time, and then trying to host the show as well. But it is fun. It is worth it. I'm going to switch in and add Mr. Channer. Mr. Channer, hopefully you can hear me. We do not have a camera on you yet. But when you camera gets on and ready to go, I can throw you in, and it looks like.
How do I get it to turn
around? Great question, Mr. Channer. Great question, Mr. Channer. It's in the settings of the camera within StreamYard. I believe it's called like the back camera or something similar to that. And we just got some nice technical difficulties. And yeah, Mr. Stauffer, we're going to go ahead and switch over to you in 3rd grade. It looks like you're going into Miss York's room. I'm going to go ahead and turn your mic on so you can kind of give us a description of what is going on down there while Mr. Channer gets his mic figured out.
Project. All right. We're ready to go. All right, we are here in 3rd grade, and we have been learning about lots of things. I got to turn down my radio. Sorry about that. We're trying to do too many things. I am here with Sophia. She is in 3rd grade. And Sophia, what did you guys work on for your project?
Hydroponics.
What is hydroponics?
Hydroponics is growing without soil.
How do you grow without soil?
You fill something up with water and it grows, and it makes nutrients for the plant.
That is pretty cool. And so how did your plant turn out?
Good.
What type of plant did you grow?
I don't know.
It was just green, right?
What? Parsley.
Oh, all right. Now we can use that to cook. All right, we'll put it in some food. Have you ever had parsley before?
No.
I bet you have. In Italian food.
Oh.
So what was your favorite part of the project?
I like building it.
You like building it? Awesome. Well, thank you, Sophia, for your time. You did a great job. Mr. Keefe, we're back to you.
All right. Well, we had Mr. Channer there for a second, and we lost Mr. Channer, and we are working on getting him back. Looks like we do have him. I'm going to throw it on the screen. So, Mr. Channer, hopefully you can hear us. You are live right now. And it looks like we have Henry out there ready to shoot off his rocket. I'm going to radio in Mr. Channer. We are live on your cell phone now. We see Henry about ready to shoot off his rocket.
Miss Keefe, I don't have any audio, I think.
Copy. You are live right now. And it looks like Henry's rocket just launched, and we lost the video feed there. Mr. C looks very, very wet outside, and having some fun there. Mr. Stauffer is down in another 3rd grade classroom. Mr. Stauffer, are you ready for another one down there?
Just me.
All right, sounds like Mr. Stauffer is ready. So, Mr. Stauffer, go ahead and let me know when you're ready, and we can switch over to you. I'm going to keep the camera outside to Mr. Channer. His cell phone is kind of working, kind of not. He doesn't have Verizon, So we might need to have you run out there if you can after this next interview.
Let's go ahead and jump in with Harrison right now. I'm ready.
All right, Harrison, you are good to go. You are live to all the people out in YouTube land and Facebook and Twitter, actually. Go ahead and go, Mr. Stauffer.
All right, I am here with my friend Harrison in 3rd grade. He is here, and he's been showing off a little bit about his work here in Mrs. York's class. So, Harrison, what did you work on?
We are working on hydroponics and how it works. And we're going to make a hydroponics system, and we're going to take our plant home.
So what is hydroponics? What is that?
It's where you grow a plant without soil.
Now, I've heard about this. So how do you do that?
Well, what you do is you get water. So you have water, and you put a seed in there. You pour water in there, and you have some light that could use, and then it'll start growing easily, because that's what I've been noticing. But if it's too close to the light, it won't grow as well.
Nice. So light and water are some of the things you really need. Now, how do you keep it alive after it starts to grow?
How to keep it alive after it starts to grow?
Yeah, so after from the seed, when the first parts come out, the roots and the leaves come out, how do you keep it alive?
Well,
Just keep giving it water?
well, too much water won't help it.
What happens if I give it too much water?
It'll start dying.
Right, kind of like it drowns it with too much water, huh? Nice. Did you have fun with this project?
Yes.
What was your favorite part of the project?
My favorite part of the project is probably right now learning about it.
That's cool. So if you had one thing that you learned, what was it?
One thing that I learned is plants can grow without soil.
Awesome job. Thank you, Harrison, for sharing with us. You did an awesome job. And Mr. Keefe, we'll head back to you.
All right, Mr. Stauffer, for that, I know 3rd grade's doing some awesome hydroponics down there. I was able to fill in for a class yesterday, I believe it was, and kind of help them with their projects. I believe Mr. Channer, I'm going to send Mr. Stauffer out there so we can see if we can get an SLC, a better view of that. But I do have a video here of the SLC rockets going off. So I'm going to show that here really quick. It's about a 12-second video, so I'll be right back. All right. So again, about 12-second video. What I'm going to do, because
You want me to go outside?
yes, please go outside, see if we can get something going on out there with Mr. Channer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share our overall video with you guys one more time. It'll buy us some time to get some connectivity figured out. And then we will be back with a few more interviews and kind of wrap it up here shortly.
It goes that fast. Wait.
All right, I am going to cut that off a little early because we have a treat. We do have a camera up outside, and I'm going to add Mr. Stoffer in as well. Mr. Stoffer, can you hear me?
I can. It's a little loud out here. I got Mr. C with me from the SLC program, and we are out here launching some rockets. So I'm going to try to get this turned around a little bit so we can see it. There. Oh, we got some behind me. That is pretty cool. So I can get right here. And we are going to bring up a rocket right now, Mr. Keefe. Let's see if I can get out of the way. All right. I'm going to try to turn this around. There you go. That's a better angle right there. So here we have some rockets that have been built with water and with 2-liter bottles. And what happened is our kids were able to design the different types of fins that go on there to see if we could get more altitude and longer time in the air. So we are going to kind of watch this. I'm going to turn it over so they can just see this for a little bit, Mr. Keefe.
All right, I'm going to mute your mic there. So we are ready to go. I don't know if you can hear me, but we do have the video going from Mr. Channer's camera, so we are good there. We have you on the audio, and we had Mr. Channer on the video. So, you know, this actually kind of worked out, and I see you got some students right there around you. And it looks like they are having a fun time out there.
Oh yeah, this is going great, Mr. Keefe. As you notice right out there, they're kind of getting in the middle to get a launch right now. They're putting some air into it. Oh, and it almost got Mr. C.
Oh man, and he
got Mr. C.
He looks pretty wet out there, and luckily it's a nice warmer day and not snow like we had last Monday.
Hey, it's a blast. We're starting to get a little sprinkle, and so the water, I can't tell if it's from our rockets or the clouds. I'm not sure where it's coming from.
I gotcha. Well, we have, let's see, it's 7:10. We got about 20 minutes left of the spring showcase. Looks like Mr. Chan or Mr. C is ready to go on another launch.
Again. Sorry, Mr. Keefe, we're about ready to go live. They're about ready to connect the air and see how far we can launch this.
Hey, sounds good. Let's get it going.
Here, all right, it did it. Look at that. And, you know, what's best about it, it seems to be that our gazebo is the target landing spot for our rockets.
That is
right.
Awesome.
That was amazing. I'm going to just do a look at everybody who's around here. I'm going to turn the camera around, kind of see everybody. We got tons of people around. Awesome scene out here at Sherman Elementary. Fun work out here.
No, that's some good stuff going on there. And, you know, Mr. Stoffer, if you can still hear me, if you'd like to head back down to the swamp, we can wrap up the live stream. Or if you got a interview you want to make along the way, we can get that set up too.
We'll head on over. Look forward to seeing you in just a second.
Sounds good. All right, so it is just me again. I'm going to take a quick look through the school. Looks like it is thinning out quite a bit, although we do still have some Gators here up front. We've got no one here. Down the first, second grade hall, it's kind of thinning out as well. In the fourth grade hall, it looks nice and quiet. And back in the gym, we do have the majority of people. I know fifth grade's doing an awesome job there. And, you know, let's see if we can do something here. I'm going to see if we can zoom in and see what is going on in fifth. And there's Miss Matthews, followed by Mr. Stoffer walking around. You can kind of see him. And then around here, we can just kind of pan around the gym. And I almost said cafeteria, but we can just keep kind of panning around, seeing what's going on around. These cameras are kind of cool, so shout out to Logitech and Mevo for the cameras and the technology that allows us to do this. You know, that's one of those things that we like doing here at Sherman is connecting with the community and our parents through video, through our announcements in any way that we possibly can. We can look through the building here. I believe this is Mr. Channer walking down the halls, and just kind of, there goes Mr. Stoffer again there. But, that kind of gives us an opportunity to connect with our families, that we normally would not have. So definitely appreciate you guys joining in. Again, we are going to be live tomorrow at 10:30 for our final assembly of the year. And it's kind of crazy to think that it is our final one of the year, because it was just snowing last Monday. And, my body just isn't used to this whole idea that it's time to be done with the school year. So, we're definitely excited for the summer trips that are coming up and all that fun stuff. But, to be honest with you, I'm excited for next year already and seeing what other cool things we can do. And Mr. Channer is on his way back into the swamp. We did make it work outside. So, Mr. Channer, what's going to happen here as we wait for Mr. Stoffer to come in? We are going to just kind of chat, the two of us, and, kind of just have a little fun. And how was it down there? Was the popcorn smelling good?
It always smells good. It makes me, I'm conditioned to make it think it's Friday, but.
It is. I was sitting there, I'm like, I smelled it, and I believe today's Wednesday. I honestly have no clue anymore.
It kind of all melts together when you have late nights.
Oh man, this is a lot of fun though.
A lot of smiles.
A lot of smiles out there, and then we're going to be doing popcorn again Friday for our last Popcorn Friday of the year.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was pretty cool. When Mr. Stoffer was out doing the recording of the SLC out there, I was able to talk to several people, and they're just super impressed and excited that we can do this and we can share it for all the people that can't make it here tonight, the grandmas and grandpas out there that live halfway across country but want to see their kids. They were just expressing their gratitude for our innovation and willingness to, even though we walk around and maybe it doesn't always go as smoothly as like the darn walkie-talkie doesn't work.
Yes.
When in doubt, go to the walkie-talkie.
Oh yeah.
But our willingness to try those things and maybe not succeed, but maybe make it a little bit better. I think they were extremely grateful for that.
And here's a bigger goofball coming in. So I'm going to switch out seats here, and on my way out, I'd let him play with the buttons, but he's not trained on that. Luckily, now you're probably getting some sounds going through, so I apologize. He doesn't even know what those sounds are, and luckily, that's nothing too bad. On that soundboard,
on that button,
it's not my joke board going on. But as I switch out here, I'm going to put the screen on around the school as I get switched over. But I was kind of talking about how cool it is that we're able to do this for those people that are across the country, like you were saying. Mm-hmm. And to be honest with you, I personally have not seen another elementary school, let alone a middle or a high school, that's doing anything close to this.
Absolutely not, right? And I think that's kind of the point, and that's where we can really lean in and take advantage of Sherman and all the folks, like all the parents even that were willing to sit down and talk with us as I walk up alongside of them and be like, hey, you want to be on YouTube?
Yeah, you want to be on YouTube?
Can I ask you a couple questions?
Right.
And just their willingness to do that. We just have a great community.
No, we absolutely do. And I think there's a couple of things as we're kind of wrapping up this school year and wrapping up things with this project. A lot of hands are involved in doing this type of work,
right?
And a lot of commitment from multiple people. So this, as you can tell, it's not something that just a few can do.
Right.
Our teachers have been heavily engaged throughout the year in trying to create learning environments that create an engaging environment for kids.
Yeah.
We've been learning more about how to do that and more engaging skills. And then even I know we were talking about this, it just takes the right willingness to mess up. And so thank you, Mr. Keefe, for all the behind the scenes work. It is, I'm sure you got a few shots of all the fun stuff that we have around us throughout the year. We got a few things that we've written grants for so that we could be able to do this. Yeah. So lots of thanks go around to a lot of different places, but really we are grateful that you allow your kids to come to Sherman so we can help them get ready for their future.
Yeah, and the community partners too, right?
Absolutely.
Like, we had the folks that we partner with the church, with the Involved Church.
Involved Church have been great help.
They showed up tonight, you know, and
they did. They did.
You know, kids are not going to Sherman; they're part of the community.
That's right.
You know, they're jumping right in, and so it's just a pretty cool thing to see. And you know, I think the more of that we can get, the better off it's going to be for our kids.
Yeah, creating those positive learning memories.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, learning is fun.
Yeah,
learning
absolutely.
can be something that we do as we get older, and heck, we're learning right now.
Absolutely, yeah. Learning is fun, and the desire to even be at school, right? Like there are several kids that fourth grade got to go on their field trip today to Celebration Park. There were a lot of parents that got to go with that as well. And
we're glad that we actually got that back, right? We're now in those
Yeah.
places we're getting able to see those things. Yep.
And some of the parents, you know, as they come back, they're like, "Hey, you want me to check you out of school?" And they're like, "No, I want to stay the rest of the day."
Mhm.
You know, and there were kid after kid that was saying that, and you know, that's a pretty cool and unique thing. So.
And thank you to those parents who came and joined the fourth grade field trip as well.
Yeah.
I think we had somewhere around 30 parents. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Thank you for taking off the time and coming and enjoying the beautiful weather that we had today with your kids.
Yep. So, well,
are you tired, man?
I am a little tuckered.
I'm ready for tomorrow. So
Ready to
make
do
sure
another
you,
step back tomorrow?
I want to see these kids back tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
But we still got stuff to do.
And I want to see all those teachers back tomorrow too.
That's right.
Well, Mr. Chandler, it's been a great one.
Yes, sir. Let's wrap it up, and you know, let's get to tomorrow.
Let's do tomorrow.
All right. Remember,
it's great to be a Gator.